Hello guys, before we start today's video, I just want to say do not forget to get in on this giveaway. It is basically free for a giveaway for the bundle of Dustmorn, and if we hit 1,000 subscribers before October 4th, we'll give away a Dustmorn butcher box or play box or whatever it's called these days. Definitely, all you have to do is comment on this video right here to give away announcements, and also subscribe to Scry Guides and like it as well to get in on this awesomeness. But yeah, let's get on to Deck Tech today. See you there. Hello guys, welcome back to Scry Guides, and today we are talking about one of the new commanders from Dustmorn, which is Kona. Rescue Beastie with the Fatties. We are just dumping up big things on the battlefield on turn 3, turn 4, whenever, you know. And we are going to just get right into it. Yeah, let's just get into the commander here, which is Kona Rescue Beastie, which is a green in 3 colors. And has survival. So at the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield, and it's for 4/3. So you don't even need to swing with them. You just need them tapped, which is really good. You just put in like a huge like 10/10 like on turn 4 or something like that. Like all you need to do is just tap them. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's just get right into creatures. 33 creatures. So we are playing Apex Alphasaur, Archetype of Endurance, Bird of Paradise, Dawnglade Regent, Disciple of Freyles, Aldamari, Elvis Mystic, Enduring Vitality, and Eternal Witness. So let's talk about the fatty. So we got Apex Alphasaur, which fights just a nice kill spell for everything. It's a 10/10 Archetype Endurance, which is just all creature lose hexproof and we gain hexproof, which is really nice there. And then we got Dawnglade Regent, which we become Monarch, and then as long as you're the Monarch, permanents you control have hexproof, and it's an 8/8. So very big creature so far. And then we got Disciple, which we could sacrifice one of our big creatures to sacrifice it. We gain X and draw X equal to its power, which is really nice there. And then some more small creatures here with the Birds of Paradise, Elvis Mystic, Eternal Witness, and Enduring Vitality, which all Eternal Witness is scrap thing from a graveyard, but the 3 creatures there help us with our mana, just to make sure we cast our big creatures as well if Kona doesn't work out, if he keeps getting killed off very early. We got Aldamari, which you may look at top card of your library. You may cast a creature spell from the top of your library, but the most important part is tap 1 green and tap himself, and tap 2 untap creature you control. Reveal top card of your library. If you reveal a creature card, put it on the battlefield, activate the ability only during your turn. So we get to tap it, get a creature on top, and then put a creature or a permanent from our hand on the battlefield with Kona's ability. So really nice there. So let's move on to more creatures. So we've got Fanatic Aronos, Fierce Empath, Fano Horn Elves, Galta Primal Hunger, Galta Stampede Tyrant, Giant Adephage, Giant Antcog, It That Betrays, and then Jasper Sentinel. So let's talk about the Fatties again. So we got 2 Galtas here. The one that costs X less equal to the creature's total power of creatures you control. So it's a 12/12 Trampler. And then we have Galta Stampede Tyrant, which is basically just a way to win the game. If you have no creature to hand, you cheat them out with Kona, and then you get to dump a lot of other creatures too. So pretty good. And they're both 12/12 Tramplers. And then we got Giant Adephage, which is just a nice 7/7, and then whenever you deal combat damage, you create another token copy of Giant Adephage. We've got Giant Incog, which is Trample and add Ward 2, and then other creatures you control have Trample and Ward 2, which is really good. And then we've got It Betrays, which has Annihilator 2. And then whenever opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. So it's nice Eldrazi here. We've got Jasper Sentinel, which tap an untapped creature you control, and then add 1 mana of any color to help us tap our commander, so we don't need to swing with it. And then we've got some Mandrakes here with Fanatic Aronos and Fëanor Elves and Fierce Empath, which searches one of our big fatties to our hand. So there we go. Let's move on to Kodama. Kodama of the East Tree, Kogla, Lionel Elves, Lone Dryad, Reclamation Shade, Regal Forest, Sacred Tri-Elder, Savala, Heart of the Wilds, and Terrestrodon. So let's talk about the fatties again. So we got Kodama, which is really nice. Ability of putting stuff from our hand on the battlefield, which is less than equal to mana cost. Then we got Kogla with 5 things, and then also destroys artifacts or enchantments. I believe just destroy target. Yeah, artifacts, enchantments, and then we could return it as well. And then we also have Tauros which is an OG classic here, but it's really important to just get this out. We could pop like 3 land if we really want to, and just take someone out of the game. And then we got Rico Force, which helps us draw this card equals the number of green creatures you control, which is really good. And then we got some mana dorks here, which is Secret Tribe which is sack, Surfer Basic, Zavala, makes mana equal to his power, or the greatest power among creatures you control. And then we draw a card if we have the biggest creature, or whenever another bigger creature on the battlefield of each player's battlefield, they draw a card. And then we got Liner Elves. Pretty simple there. And you got Loam Drive, which is another untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So really good there. And we got Reclamation Sage, just a pop artifact enchantments. So let's move on to the last bit here, which is Thor Mammoth, Toski, Barrowed Secrets, Vornclex, Voice of Hunger, Wandering Archaic, Wolfall Primus, and World Spine Worm. So a lot of big creatures here. Thorn Mammoth helps us fight whenever Mammoth or another creature enters the battlefield under your control. Thorn Mammoth fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And then we got Toski, Bearer Secrets. Can't be countered, then Toski has to attack each turn and it's destructible. And then whenever a creature you control deals combat to a player, draw a card. We got Vornclex, Voice of Hunger. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. And then whenever a opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So very big fatty creature, which helps us a lot, and our opponents doesn't help them at all. And then we got Wandering Archaic, which copies our opponent's sorceries or instants unless they pay 2 mana. If they don't, we get to copy it and choose new targets. And then we got Wolfall Promise, pretty nice, just OG, just destroy target non-creature permanent. Then also have Persist, and then we got World Spine Worm, which is just a nice 15/15, but if it dies, we get to create 3/5/5 Worm creature token with Trample on the battlefield, and when it dies, we get to shuffle it into our owner's graveyard, or our graveyard, or our library, Jesus. And yeah, that's basically it with the creature. We got a lot of fatty, we got a lot of mana dorks, we got a lot of strategy to work with there. But let's talk about the 8 artifacts here. So we got Symbol the Inner Sun, Godfarer Statue, Lightning Greaves, Relic of Legends, Smokecopter, Soul Ring, Springleaf Drum, and the Immortal Sun. So let's talk about the big artifacts here, which is Immortal Sun, Godfarer Statue, and Symbol the Inner Sun. Symbol the Inner Sun. Spells you control can't be counted. Then at the beginning of your end step, discover 5, which is really nice there. And then we got Godfarer together, which spells your opponent control costs 2 more. And then at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life. Really nice, somewhat of a stacks piece there. Since it's our opponent from interacting with us, so we could keep on throwing out big things out there. We got Immortal Sun. Player can activate Planeswalker abilities, draw cards, and then spell cost 1 less, and then creatures you control get +1/+1. See, really nice there. And then let's talk about some of the other cards here. We got some protection with Lightning Greaves, and then we got Relic, which is tap a untap legendary creature you control, add 1 mana of any color, so another tap ability there, as well as Springleaf Drum, which is tap a untap creature you control, add 1 mana. And then Spellcopter there, so we could tap or crew into Spellcopter, get some damage in, get a loot ability in, and then we get to throw down a fatty with Kona. And then we got Soul Ring, of course. Just 1 Soul Ring, but yeah, I think the artifact package here are pretty good for the budget that we have here. But yeah, let's move on to 7 instants. Archdruid Charm, Forge of Vigor, Noxious Revival, Return to Wild Speaker, Smuggler's Surprise, Summoner's Pact, Tameo Safekeeping. So we do have some protection here with Tameo Safekeeping, Smuggler's Surprise, creature control power for a greater gain hexproof and indestructible to the end turn. And it also had other utility there, but we'll talk about that here soon. We also got some digits here with Summoner's Pact and Archdruid Charm. With one of the abilities here with Archdruid Charm, search your library for a creature or a land card, reveal it, and put it on the battlefield tap if it's a land. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It's an instant as well. Then we got Forge of Vigor, which destroys artifacts and enchantments there. And then we got Noxious Revival to return a card on top of Summoner's Library. And then Return Speaker helps us draw a card, or we could just overrun the board. And then Smuggler, Surprise. So let's talk about the other abilities. Um, for 1 green and 4, you may put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto a battlefield, and you could mill 4 cards. You may put up to 2 creature or land from among them, mill cards into your hand, and then we could do that ability as well. But most likely we're protecting our creature with this, or we're doing all the ability just to get some value out of this card. So let's move on to the good old sorcery. So we're playing 9 sorceries here. Bridge Works Battles, or Battle. Flare Cultivation, Last March of the Ants, Natural Order, Nature's Lore, Pick Your Poison, Rampant Growth, Risk Our Expertise, and 3 Visits. So let's just talk about the ramp first. We're playing Rampant Growth, 3 Visits, Nature's Lore, and Flare Cultivation. Just very cheap interactive, or just very cheap ramp pieces here. Flare Cultivation, just sacrifice a non-token green creature, which is really easy, and just grab 2 lands off of that. And then let's talk about some of the removal here with Bridge Works Battle. Target creature you control get +2/+2 till the end turn. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control, and it's also land on the flip side, so really nice fight spell, or it could be just a land if you need it. And then we got Pick Your Poison, which each opponent sacrifices an artifact or enchantment or a flying creature, which is really nice. And then let's talk about some of the draw spells here, which are Last March to the Ants and Risk Our Expertise. All really good draw spells here for the list. 1 can't be countered. 1 you get to cast a mana value 5 or less from your hand on the battlefield. And then we got Natural Order, which is a nice little tutor card, which we could grab literally any green creature in our deck. Seemed pretty good there. But yeah, let's move on to the next here. We have 8 enchantments. So we got Court of Crossroads, Eldrazi Conscription, Guardian Project, Lurking Predators, Mana Reflection, Sandworker Virgin, Unnatural Growth, and Up the Beanstalk. So a lot of really sweet cards here. Let's just get right into the draw spells here with Guardian Project and Up the Beanstalk. Up the Beanstalk seems pretty good since we are playing a lot of big creatures, and if our Kona dies enough time, we're going to have to cast our big creatures, and we definitely want to value off of them, so we definitely want that. And then we've got Guardian Project, which is essentially just a good card for green. And then let's talk about some, like the mana doubler here, which is Mana Flow Hexen. If you tap permanents for mana, it produces twice as much as that mana instead. Which is really nice. It helps with our mana dorks and our artifacts as well, so pretty good there. Lurking Predators. Lurking Predators, sweet card just to get out really early whenever opponent casts a spell. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it on battlefield. Otherwise, you may put it card on the bottom of your library. So, really good there. And then we got a card across, so it gives our creature all haste, so we could win the following turn. Eldrazi Conscription is just very funny because it's a permanent, and we get to equip it to one of our creatures, even our commander as well. I think it's hilarious, but definitely one of our like 1/1s or something like that. Just get +10/+10 Trampler Annihilator. Seems pretty good there. Sand Convergence, very very goofy card. We get to make 5/5s at the end step there, and then creature with flying can't attack at all against me or planeswalkers I control. And then we got Unnatural Growth, which is a nice finisher there. So yeah, I think the enchantment package is great there. So let's just move on to the 33 lands. To reunite the 33 because we are playing Disciple of Freyles and Bridge Work Battle, which are both lands that we could play 3 life, I believe, for both. Or I believe Disciple you pay 3 and the other one just comes to tap, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, let's just talk about the land here, which is Bonder's Enclave, Castle Garenbrig, Command Beacon, Holdout Settlement, Myriad Landscape, Survivors Encampment, and Yavia Cradle of Growth, and 26 forests. So let's just talk about the land here. Bonder's Enclave helps us draw cards in the late game there. That's what's in there. Castle Garenbrig, which helps us produce a lot of green mana for creature spells or activate ability for our creatures. We got Command Beacon, helps us reduce the cost of our commander tax if we really need it, so that's why it's in there. And then we've got Holdout Settlement and Survivors in Camp, which helps us tap our commander when we need it to be tapped so we don't have to go combat with, and produce 1 mana of any color, so basically just green. And then we got Myriad Landscape, which helps us ramp up, and then we got Yavia Cradle, which helps us our lands become forests. And then we got 26 forests in the list, so yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like today's video and the title. I thought it was really funny and amazing. but yeah, hopefully next week I'll have another video out for winter. This list was pretty fun doing, just big green fatty, just getting them out there and just winning the game with them, you know. But yeah, this has been Quest and Scry, guys. I will catch y'all later. See ya.